And we're live
We're live.
again.
Now I sound like an alien.
It's okay.
I love it,
I'm
though.
so we actually recorded 15 minutes
We
of
did.
this podcast.
We did. It was awesome. You guys loved it.
And you won't even get to hear it. So
In another dimension, you heard it already.
for some reason it did not record on here, and I'm really upset about it.
Yeah,
But
I am
all right,
too.
so
It was a nice conversation, but it's okay. We've been having nice conversations.
right, we can
since
just
I
keep
got in the
going.
car.
So that's fine. So welcome to the Music to Us podcast, first episode.
I actually really love that name. By the way, you said it the first time, and that's the first time I actually heard it, and I absolutely love it. Music
Thank
is
you
us.
so
It's
much.
great.
That's why I thought it was good, because music to us, not only the meaning, it's like what music is to an individual. So my goal is to talk to local musicians and just, deep dive into what got them into music, what music is to them, and how basically music has changed their life. Because I feel like with the musician, music is this one thing that we all have,
right,
that we're almost like connected to. It's like all of us are connected to this one thing, and we are all passionate about it.
We're
So we
all
have that
connected
like
to-
friend. It's so cool. I love it. It's like we're one big family.
Exactly. and it's like we're all connected by music, but we're all connected by energy. So like it's just that energy of music is what's pulling us all, like, and everybody has such a different mental state when it comes to making music, that it's just, I love this idea, man. I really do. I think it's brilliant, and I think sitting one person down and talking about their perspective on it is absolutely beautiful.
Was that a plug?
No, it wasn't.
Are you sure that wasn't a plug?
No, damn it. It
that
just
was
happened.
such a good plug. I
It's-
wouldn't even be mad if it was a plug. That was so good.
It's literally a part of my life now, dude. Like, my girl, or my ex-girl at this time, I actually used to hate it, because I would be talking to her in a normal sense of like conversation, and I would be like, but this is my perspective, and she's like, ha, and I'm like, dude, I don't mean it. It is just a part of my life now, man.
It's great.
But yeah,
it's so great. You can just do plugs all the time, and people won't even know. It's like,
because
did I
the
mean
point
it or
of
not?
perspectives is perspectives.
Exactly.
And it's just like, that is life, man. That's what it is. So, but no, Perspectives New York, that's my plug.
So, unfortunately, I'm not having you introduce yourself again. This is Gerry from the band Perspectives.
That's me. What's going on,
in Rochester, New York. G-Motion.
That's me. I have so many weird names now. It's ridiculous. G-Baby.
G-Baby.
Jariah Carey is another one that the band likes to call me. Let's hold on. There's a bunch of them. What did they tell me to say? Sell low, buy high, I think is what they told me. Either way, it was either that or the opposite way. But they wanted me to tell you that. I don't know why.
I hate to ask this question right off the bat, but
Go for it.
I had a friend that was really worried about this situation, so I definitely have to ask you. Why don't you answer your bass player? I'm really upset.
So I do answer my bass
Us
player.
bass players
No,
stick together as a
Believe me,
family.
Reenie Baby is my absolute treasure in life. I absolutely love him. He has taught me to grow as a person. He has helped me through a lot of struggle. That being said, this week has been probably one of the most struggle-worthy times, as much as this whole shit has been struggle.
COVID.
This really
COVID.
was a snap in the face. I actually passed out at work. Fell to my
Oh my gosh.
Fell to my to a table, but I was like, I need to sit down, and I'm pretty sure that it's either the heat, lack of food, or just I've been stressed about everything.
It could be all.
Under.
Were you also
Exactly.
drinking liquids like water?
I drink water constantly at work.
Good,
I
good.
make sure. Don't worry.
I was say,
I do have a
hydrate.
problem with hydration, and that's why I said stay hydrated.
Yeah, I always
on
try.
Facebook.
I always try.
And as I have water right now with me.
I always try to have this with me.
It was a slap in the face of reality, and I needed it. And it
That's
kind of
scary,
made
dude.
me wake up and go, fuck, some shit needs to change.
Yeah.
So that happened this week. A lot of other shit happened this week.
Oh my gosh, that's.
But yeah. With Rini, it's because I shut down a lot. My depression takes the better of me. My PTSD gets the better of me. My anxiety gets the better of me. And that's why when I wrote Home, that's what all of that embodies, is just all of the issues that I feel, all of the issues that I've talked to thousands at this point on Facebook. If I see that you're suffering on Facebook, I will take the time to message you and be like, bro, are you okay? Is everything all right? Because I'm not going to let somebody end their shit because nobody messaged.
Right. I think that's a very powerful message, and I love that. Like, that's why I love that about you, man. Like, you are always there. Like, it's great.
I really try to be, and I know that it definitely takes a toll worrying about so many people, but I also feel the energy and the connection from the trauma of everybody else going through something. And I feel like I embodied that too in putting it into the EP itself, because during that time, that's what I was doing. I was talking to people. I was showing them their music. My band's not happy about it, but I was showing them our music when we were first doing it.
Sorry, keep from sight.
Exactly.
I don't mean to.
But the thing is that if you don't promote your product, how are people going to know your product, even when it's in beginning stages?
Always. I that's how I always view it. It's like, not only is it my work, but it's like, when it comes to music, I always keep my friends in the loop, where it's like, hey man, this is what I've been working on. You check it out. What do you think? Let me know what you think about it. Do you think it's cool? If you have any opinions on it, what do you think? That's why
bigger bands that I've tried to show our music to, I go, look, even if you don't like it, even if you think it's shit, tell me. Right. I want to know the real truth about it.
Right.
Because
Let me know.
Don't get told that you are enjoying it, or if that you don't like it, then how the hell are you going to learn from it? And I mean, that's kind of what's going on right now, is that nobody wants to hear, this is my mental thought on this, and this is my mental thought on this. We can't learn from each other when we do that. It just puts a wall up.
Right.
I mean, if he wanted to build a wall, he found a fucking wall. It's called Facebook.
Oh my god.
But yeah. With Rini, I shut down, and I didn't mean to not message him. I was just fucking with him at that point. I was at work, I was busy, and I was still dealing with all the shit that was going on. So I was kind of just disconnecting from Facebook at that time. But I was also still on Facebook, so I know that he hates when I do that, because I'm still talking to other people. I just don't want to talk band at that point. But yeah, I love you, Reen. Don't worry.
No, I definitely feel you on that, because especially with my girlfriend, I'll be doing that. I'll be on Facebook, and I won't answer a text. I'm like, oh, fuck, I'm in trouble.
So being G Motion or being Gerry Motions or any of that, it's a great thing. But also, you need to understand that as a band, you need to be a promoter. And you need to promote yourself. And you need to talk to people, man. That's the connection that you need. So if you can't be on your phone and have, that, and not trust, but you know what I mean? If you can't have that understanding of like, hey, this is what I'm doing.
Now, I want to definitely talk about EP.
Yeah.
Now, is this the first EP you've put out in a band, or have you put out an EP before?
No, honestly, so my first band was Broken Mind Spoken.
I thought that you were in that band, but I couldn't think of the name, and I didn't want to butcher it. So.
I have a love-hate for that band. There's a lot of things that went wrong in that band. There's a lot of things that went right in that band. Mark Sears taught me a lot. Tim Kaine taught me a lot. Eddie DiGiulio taught me a lot, and so did TJ. As musicians, as people, regardless of if it was good or bad, they taught me something, and that's kind of where I took it. But they got me on stage. They were the first thing. They were the first person to let my mom see me on stage, which was a big deal because my mom was my biggest supporter. So when I got to do, God, can't believe I'm talking about this again. It's following me. So when I first was in a band, I was just promoting. I was literally just promoting that band a lot. Because I was finally starting to become in that band. So I was trying to really like show them my devotion towards them. But I also loved what they were talking about. They had a song called The Taint Tickler. And I am the Dark Taint. Wherever I go, I tickle. No, I haven't done that in forever.
I don't even know what's going on.
All
This
right.
is fantastic.
So
I was too young for I think I was just getting
my
into the
first
music
vocal
scene.
ever on stage is I am the tentacle. And I loved it because it wasn't that
That's
I was
so
a
great.
taint tickler to me. It was that my music was so heavy that it tickled your taint. So I was already thinking in this thought process of like, I'm gonna turn this around. This isn't gonna be what this means. But yeah, so that was a party band. I used to get drunk as hell. I used to get stoned, but I never did any other drugs whatsoever at that freaking point. And it was a party house, and I love those guys to death, but it was not my scene.
No, I definitely.
So
I feel you
then,
there.
but we recorded, but I was never a part of the recording. Um, and then we found Perspectives, and now Perceptions was our first name of our band.
When did you guys first form? Like, do you know the month then?
Yeah, so that's the thing. Like we I don't know if it's numerology or that we just have a belief in it. But it's 818. So 818 is the date of Diluted's EP release show for Bastard. I'm drawing a blank on it. I'm sorry, guys. Dicks out for Diluted still.
Diluted is a awesome local band in Rochester.
I'm gonna look it up. I'm gonna look that up. But their Diluted EP release show, I absolutely love those boys. I've been to every single one of their shows, and I miss them fucking dearly. But they're a big part of why we are a band, because on that date, I lost my job. I just lost my uncle after losing my mom. I went to the Bug Jar. Jordan just went through a breakup. Just lost his dad. Went to the Bug Jar to go to a show. We met each other on that night again because we've been friends forever. He was friends with my mom. Like she was like his other mom. Reen comes out of nowhere and just goes, "Hey boys, want a toke?" And I'm like, "Yeah, dude,
That's
why
fantastic.
not?"
Why not, dude?
So we
Fuck
went
yeah, I wanna get
outside,
high right now.
right, dude? So we went outside, and we met each other while toking, and all of a sudden we're like, man, we gotta like be in a band. And Reen goes, "Oh yeah, dude, I'm a bassist," and we're like, "No fucking way," because Jordan's a guitarist and I'm trying to be a vocalist. Doesn't the drummer come around the corner? And he's like, "Hey guys, I don't know if you know anything, but I'm a drummer, and if you guys are looking for another band," I'm like, "What the hell is going on? This
That
guy is
is
not our drummer.
crazy.
This guy's not our drummer." But he was a good dude. He did not work out though. But he walked away, and we all sat there and still hung out. As a trolley passes by with all these college girls, and they're drinking on this whatever the beer thing was, which, I mean, if you're talking about contamination, a bicycle with
I know what you're
alcohol on
talking.
it is
Yeah,
probably not a good idea
it's
either.
like one of those caddy bike
Yes.
things, right? The pedal thing, and you're all just sitting there.
Yes.
Dude, I saw that the other day, and the guy was just wearing a mask, just sitting there. That was the only guy. It was just the
Really?
guy that like
No
would go
shit.
with them, like
I mean,
steer it.
more
And that was
power
the
to
only
him.
one wearing a mask. I'm like, I feel so bad for this
Wow.
man. But yeah, no, I also saw that on the Genesee River with the pedaling ones.
Yeah.
They're doing the same thing. I was like,
Jesus.
how are you guys open right now? Like that's not
Okay.
That'd be like whitewater rafting. Like, could you imagine that? It's like, all right, guys, everybody mask up. We're going down the whitewater rapids.
It's freaking true, man.
Sorry,
Oh, man.
rabbit hole.
No, it's
What were
okay.
we talking about?
That's where I'm trying to go with. Hold on. Pause for a minute.
Perspectives. You all met on one night.
Yes. So, Reen, runs up to the bike because we were like, "Bro, go over there and see what's up." So he goes over there, he runs over, and he grabs the, he's like running with the freaking bike. He's like, "Hey girls, what's going on?" He's just following it. And I'm like, "Yo, I love this man already." And apparently they saw initiative because they gave him a straw, which he did not know was a penis straw at first. So he
souvenir.
runs up and he goes, "Dude, I got a penis straw. And we look at each other and go, penis straw. And that's perspectives.
That is fantastic.
Cody came in later.
Yeah, you're Cody Drummer.
Yeah.
Right?
So we went to the last Beneath Hell's Sky show at Pineapple Jack's.
Oh, Pineapple Jacks.
I absolutely love that venue too. But that was a really strange and weird, awesome night. We all got on stage and did a bunch of stuff with Beneath Hell's Sky because we've been a part of their lives for a while. Jordan was playing guitar with them at that point because of all the hubbub that was going on. But Cody was there that night, and we all went to support everybody as we try to do with everything.
Mm-hmm.
And Cody was right there, and we were like, "Hey man, what are you doing?" And he was like, "Oh, just coming to support all the guys." And we were like, "Are you still playing drums?" And he was like, I'm in this band right now, but I mean, I'd like to see what you guys are working with." And that's how all of us actually got together. But to say the date 818 is the date that we actually got together and became a band. 818 is also in the EP itself, because 818 is the beginning and the ending and the beginning. Everything has an ending and everything has a beginning, but every ending or every beginning has an ending. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So if you listen to the EP, we say that number a lot. It has followed us on our license plate. It has followed us in our clocks. It has followed us. We are ridiculously drawn to this, to the point where we text each other on 818 in the AM and 818 at night, just to check up on each other, to keep the
That's
family
awesome.
tight and check up and see how everybody's doing at that time. So yeah, 818 is where we actually became a band. I know that just got so rabbit holed.
No, that's awesome.
I like rabbit holes.
I wish we had a number. I guess our number is 420.
There you go.
That's
Hey, that's a good number, man.
But yeah, no. So what band was Cody in before?
Cody was in not Within Creation. Is it Within Creation? Yeah, I think it is. There's another band that is Within Creation, and I don't want to say that that's what his band is, but I'm pretty sure it is.
Okay.
It's been a long time.
That's like,
it was a teddy bear that had a halo over it. It was really, really cool. Like, they were
that sounds like some like Black
fuck.
Ops Zombies type shit. That's
Awesome.
kind of cool.
So dope. And Cody was such a heavy fucking drummer that I absolutely loved him. And then he was in Iconoclast, which is another great local that was killing it back then too. And that's honestly where I got my love from, was the local scene. I watched so many bands like Caustic Method and Hate Machine and Sativa, and then it started to grow into Outlier, and it started to grow into Transcendence, and then started to grow into White Tides, and then it started to go into Soma Slumber and Into the Harbor. And
we have so many good.
This
local
place is
bands.
music, and I love it.
I love our scene.
And I feel like that's why this place isn't what it used to be, because life has taken, man.
Yeah,
This
no.
is our life.
There's so many great locals that are coming out with stuff. I'm
Yeah.
so happy for our
Dude,
scene. And just
Nuclear
being a part
Winter,
of-
freaking Gates of Paradox. I mean, I can name drop all
Right.
day. Like,
Exactly.
It's great.
I'm
It really
hoping to
is.
get at least one of you from every band.
Yeah,
so come
dude.
on.
Crown Drop is playing their first show at the Montage August 22nd, I believe.
I'm excited for New Divine Fallacy.
Yeah, me
That
too.
lineup is
Me
pretty
too.
sick.
It's pretty
dude.
dirty.
That's a pretty
It's
sick lineup.
Like, I haven't seen Cosmo in forever, so it's nice to
Right.
see him back and
I'm
playing again.
happy to see that too.
Because I remember original Outlier lineup with Lana and all that, and like they were great, but the level that they're starting to come out with, I'm so proud. I actually just talked to Joey Arena. He just finally read my message, because we've been talking back and forth. I told him that Who We Are is their new single. Fucking phenomenal, dude. If you haven't checked it out,
I have not. I
It's
definitely
really
have to
helped
check
me
it.
out a lot. It's like, it's about dealing with a relationship that you keep coming back to, and you know that it's not good for you, but you keep coming back to it. And it's also about drug misuse and abuse in general with a spouse. So it's a really deep song, and it's probably one of my favorite ones, because he goes
The emotion.
after it, dude. You feel it. It's
That's
almost
so
like
cool.
Slipknot intensity from Joey. It's really nice to
Really?
see, honestly. Yeah.
That's awesome.
The
And who is
third,
that again? I'm
that's
sorry?
Outlier.
Outlier. Okay.
OVT, by the way, not OUT.
Yeah.
Just remember how to spell it. You got it.
Yeah, exactly. Just remember Outlier, OVT.
That's it.
Not OU.
OVT.
So, man, how many years have you been screaming?
Huh.
'Cause for those who don't know, if you haven't know, Gerry screams, and Perspectives, he also does sing.
Yeah,
But
that's the thing. I try to do all. I
Right,
try to
exactly.
sing. I try to scream. I try to rap. I try to.
dude, it's so
Speak,
cool.
I-
I love it. I love your project. It
Thank you,
is
man.
fantastic.
Thank
I
you.
love seeing you live because it's like I remember you moving when I first met you.
Right.
When I was like, I don't know, dude. I think it was either 15 or 16 at the time.
Yeah,
And
dude.
Apparatus, dude. I had the main and
So
everything.
that Apparatus show really sticks in me because it was the first time that I drew blood in a show.
Dude, that
For
was, we
you
recorded
guys.
a video, I think,
Yeah,
too.
for
didn't
you
we?
guys, and you guys didn't get the footage
I
of the
know.
dude getting hit, and I'm like, but I hit somebody, and I didn't mean to, and you missed it. It's like, what the hell? Because okay, so I hit the kid. I didn't mean to hit the kid, but I'm a fucking tree. I'm almost 6'3", length like of a fucking limbs just swinging around like I'm not the right way. I was not choreographed.
So what you're saying is you want everyone to see you in the pit.
Yeah, man. It's not that I want them to see. It's that you're probably gonna
Yeah,
see
you're
me
gonna see
in
you
the
in the
pit. But I swung and apparently I knocked the kid in his nose and apparently I broke his nose. Now, being me, I ran up to the kid after the show and I said, bro, I'm sorry, I did not mean to. I'm never in the pit for this exact reason, and everything was cool.
I'm sorry, I made you swing arms.
I love it, man. That's why I love Soma. Soma Slumber literally is the reason why my knee is never going to be the same. Counterparts is the reason why my back will never be the same. I give my all to music. I literally will be a broken dead man because of music, and I've never been happier, man. Like, it's a ow when I'm trying to work, but fuck it, man.
I remember when Counterparts came here to the California Brew House with Stick to Your Guns.
Yes, dude.
And they were playing Compass. I jumped up on the stage, and then afterwards I jumped into the pit, and I started like...
Did you get caught?
I don't think
Okay, so hold on. So with that being said, when I said about Counterparts, that's the show that my back has been fucked at. Since
that show?
Yeah.
Dude, I
somebody
hurt
jumped,
my thumb there, dude.
Somebody jumped off the stage and I caught them like I was Andre the fucking Giant, and I put them down and I was like, yeah, and then somebody jumped after them and I caught them awkwardly, and my back has never been the same since.
I don't think it was me because
I'm glad.
I stepped
I don't
down.
care either way.
No, when I came down from the stage, I stepped down and then ran into the pit, and I accidentally hit somebody with my hand,
Dude,
and my thumb
Counterparts
got
goes
sprained.
ham. Their fans go even hammier.
I every single time I see him, I'm like, I gotta go to the pit.
Yeah.
Like that's like the one band where it's like I'm not recording on my phone.
No, dude,
like
you wanna
I
experience
am
Counterparts.
there
It's
with
beautiful.
Counterparts.
It
I am
really
jumping
is.
on top of people. I am grabbing that mic and screaming
Yeah.
my fucking heart out. I love Counterparts.
It's so much energy, man. I absolutely love them. It's so bare bone metal and hardcore mixed together that it's just like it just lets you have everything that they're talking about. You know what they're saying, you hear what they're saying, and it's right there in your face. And then the fans are like, "You don't know it, I'm gonna teach you."
Oh yeah, no, you're gonna learn really quick what it's like to be at a Counterpart show. Man, also just think about this. We may have lost 15 minutes, but we just did 25, and that seemed like it went a lot quicker.
It went
too.
smoother,
Oh,
honestly.
yeah, no,
like
I
it wasn't
like
as
this
much
steak.
rambling about other
Right,
parts, but
right.
still with our rambling, our rabbit
Right.
holes still brought
Dude,
thoughts,
I
and
love this.
I love
It's
it.
good to know that I could have you back and we could just keep
dude,
talking.
I
dude.
will sit here and
How
talk
many
with
times
you.
will I have you on? Like
Bring it.
15, dude.
Bring it, man. Let's make this a weekly thing. We'll talk to everybody.
Right, it's like, hey man, let's bring someone else back.
G and the J in the morning.
That would be fantastic. Oh my gosh.
So funny enough, my name is actually supposed to be spelled with a J. It's supposed to be Gerry, so it would be J and J in the morning. It would work way better.
That would have been perfect.
Nobody would even know.
Now, when you started screaming, like
Hmm.
for the very first time, how did you go about doing that? Because I know when I first started screaming, it was really weird because it was like during apparatus. I never heard of like screaming before,
Yeah.
but then I met Caleb, our vocalist, and he was young doing it.
And that kid had
Dude, he had pipes, dude. I don't know how, and like that was the first time I heard it. It's like, fuck, dude, I want to do
yeah,
that. That
dude,
sounds cool.
100%.
So then I started listening to a bunch of like I Declare War, and I remember watching like YouTube
The
videos and
Acacia
like,
Strain, Knights of Abyss, all that. What the hell was the Annotations of an Autopsy? Like freaking any of that grindcore. That was like where I was at, and then it went Winds of Plague, and After the Burial, and then they started to just form into my love of As I Lay Dying and this, that, and third. So, but with screaming, I always wanted to be a vocalist. It's been a dream of mine for a long time. I just never put the devotion in it. I put the devotion into how much I loved every other band. Whether it was helping them on stage, whether it was helping with lights, whether it was promoting shows, whether it was paying people as much as I could and leaving home with nothing because
right.
that's what a promoter does sometimes to get by.
Promoting's hard. Yeah.
And I'd rather you guys get something, you know what I mean? Because of, I mean, I can go home and eat a Hot Pocket, I'll be fine. But if
Right.
I give you absolutely nothing towards you coming out, having the time to bring the people there that you did bring there, and then not give you anything for it, it really, it sucks. So it, physically it sucked because it just ate at me. I was like, well, I'm not bringing bands anymore if I can't give them anything. So G Motion died, sadly, with what Perspectives was, because I guess died and then rebirthed into Perspectives, because now I promote as hard as I've ever
Right. I was about
promoted.
to say you promote more than ever. You
Reen
even got like banned from promoting and stuff.
Reinhold is the reason for that, because of his passion and love for a place that he's not from. He sees what this place is and
Yeah.
knows what it can be, and I commend him for it every single time. And I always give him shit, but I always call it I'm pulling a Reen, because I'm gonna go promote my ass off about every other band that I can. And that's the whole thing, man. It's like, if we can't help each other grow, then we're just kind of holding each other down. It's that simple.
I also love the fact that it's like I love watching you promote because it's like I miss the old days where you would get band posters and you'd go to like Hot Topic and be like, "Can we please put this in your window here?"
Yeah, dude.
It's like I miss that, putting it up
I
on
miss
like
it too,
the
man.
corners.
Honestly,
It's like that was my favorite part
I
about it.
started bringing stickers and pins and stuff to places again. For a long time during the COVID, I didn't want to do that because I didn't want to scare people. And then I started to see that it started to bring smiles to people, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna continue to do this. Like the Wegmans down the street from us, I go there for a sub almost like every week after work, and almost all of them have a sticker of Perspectives, because I love their service. I love how genuine they are. They're very patient, and I'm very patient with them, and they respected that and said that to me. And I was like, you guys like metal or anything? And the girl goes, the heaviest thing I listen to is Little Peep. And I'm like, that's not heavy,
That's
but I won't judge you, and
right.
you
I'm not
may
gonna
like
judge
us,
you.
because if I show you Back to Life, you may enjoy it because it's got that bouncy rap
Yeah,
feel to it.
dude, that's my favorite part of
But
that
if you
song.
go to Home and you go to Pulse, I'm gonna go in your face, and you're gonna be like, what the fuck? And that's the beauty of
Right.
this project.
Then they might even like it. They might be like, "Oh
Right.
shit!" Like
Right.
like that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Like,
And I try to mix it all, because like I try to add, when I write rap. That's what I tried to do when I first started to do music. The first time I actually like got up on stage with a national, was with Likewise, which is a local rapper. Um, he's very out there. He's very his own unique style. He plays a harmonica on stage. Like,
oh, that's fucking
it's
awesome.
it's amazing.
That's cool.
Sound Waves Against Nothing is another one. I think that's it is what it is another really interesting artist like that. But yeah, so Likewise pulls me up on that day, and he was like, "Hey man, do you want to record, or do you want to come up on stage and perform the song that you came up with me?" And I was like, dude, it's before a national artist. Like, you really trust me to do that? And he's like, yeah, man, fucking let's do it. And it
That's
was
so
it was
awesome.
called One with My Nightmares, and it was right after my uncle passed. So it was another music is life scenario. You either sit back and submit, or you push and you just go and do what you got to do to get through it. And so One with My Nightmares literally was just me trying to talk about dealing with,
Coping, basically.
yeah,
That
dealing with what I was going through in my mind, but in a very different way. And then when I saw that I could do that with words and stuff, because I've always wrote since like high school, middle school, but it
yeah,
was like
that's probably when I started as well about
basic
that.
bitch shit. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Now it's like I can do it, and then I'm like, all right, I like what that is, but it'll be changed. I'll put it away.
Right, exactly.
Okay, I'm gonna bring it back. Change that. I'm gonna tweak that, and I'm gonna remove that. So when people are like, dude, I wish I could write, like, you can write like
You
that.
can. I
It takes time, patience,
yeah.
love, your emotions. Like,
Yeah.
that's all it is. Just give me what you have on a piece of paper.
Yeah.
Whether that's you drawing, writing, painting, screaming, singing, rapping, playing the guitar, bass, it
Anything.
doesn't matter. Just go and escape, because that's what it's all about. That's what Pulse is, honestly, is spill your guts, spill my guts, rip my heart, lose my mind to stay sane. I am my own savior. Oh wait, no, I messed that up. This is the pulse of the machine. Um, and the machine is us. It's as human beings. This is the pulse. Uh, this is our music. This is our perspective on life. Um, and that's it, man. Like, I try to tell every person that I talk to on Facebook Messenger, text, whatever. You got to look at the glass half full and smash the glass that's half empty. Like, you just go for it.
Yeah.
Because if
I
you
agree.
don't go for it, you're not going to go anywhere. You have to be able to hear, fuck that, I don't like this. And then go, no, fuck you, I'm going to do it.
Right.
And that's it. Like,
That's
just
the way that I feel. It's like if you are doing something that makes you happy,
right.
why would you let someone else
Exactly.
tell you can't be happy?
Exactly.
And I hated that. Like,
Yeah.
I if you want to be a musician or anything, like anytime, get up and
Right.
do it.
If
It doesn't
anybody
matter
tells you that you don't matter, you don't exist, or any of that, it's a bold-faced lie.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
you just
bullshit.
change,
That's a lie.
tweak, do the things that make you happy, and if it makes you happy and you're happy with the product, guess what? That's all that matters. Just keep pushing that product then, because there's another one that's out there, Graven Image. I don't know if you've ever heard them.
I actually haven't. I want to write that down too.
So very different, very unique, almost guar. The vocal style is out there. They do the very weird death metal, like type stuff, but then they also do that.
Oh, like the real.
Like, what the hell are you doing? But it's so theatrical, and when you see them live, they just go ham, and they're an upstart, man. They're coming up. It's the bassist from For the Dead Travel Fast. I don't know if you remember them. They used to wear masks.
Oh.
Yeah, and they're really, really creepy. They're all my boys. I
yeah,
love those boys.
No, I think I actually remember that band.
Yeah.
I do remember that.
So that's the bassist, the big tall one, the lengthy one. He's the sorry. He sees himself as a she, and I don't want to be incorrect. So she is the bassist of Graven Image. I'm just trying to be politically correct, because he is my friend and
right,
she is my friend. I don't do this because I don't understand it, and I want people to understand that too. Because I've said this to her as well. It is very different for me to see friends of mine do these transitions. It is not that I don't support them. It is just that I don't understand them. And that's why I'm doing this. I'm not trying to be funny right now. I just want people to know that, because I love and support everybody, and it's just a matter of trying to get my head wrapped around that. And I love her to death because of how unique and just out there they can be in their promos, in their Instagram, in their Facebook. They almost started to do what we were doing and just putting out content left and right. And now because of COVID, everybody's kind of
Right.
stopped with content.
But that's also I love and hate COVID.
Yes.
Not to go down
No,
this rabbit
agreed.
hole with
No,
it, but
bring on the
I
COVID
love
talk,
and
man.
hate COVID. I feel like it's great because of all this new music that's
Yeah.
coming out, and it's like,
Casey Strain, dude.
oh,
That new
so
album
good.
is just godly. And then before that, the album before that was ungodly, but godly. I've never been so entranced by an album because it was like they took themselves and went, nah, let's go farther. And that whole album is just unfathomable how intense it is. And then they put out another one, and it's like, yo, just keep
keep coming.
Just feed me.
I want more.
Feed
more. I love it right now. Now,
Cattle Decapitation 2, fucking Death Atlas. If you haven't listened to that, it talks about bringing back the virus or bringing back the plague, I think is what it is. Yeah, and it came out this year or last year. This year or last year, one of the two. Heavy, brutal, really in-depth music. Good dudes too.
I let that also check
Stoners, completely stoners. Smoked 2 blunts on before getting up on stage with him, and he just does what you hear on the album. So when you listen,
that's what my favorite part is, when a band can pull off their stuff live like that. Yeah. I love that. And so when I'm trying to think how I want to tie this in now. So
I was trying to go back to
I was like, I'm trying to remember
because
where
I remember
we
that you went and said about my first screaming.
Yeah,
like,
I'm
how
trying
did
to
I
remember.
First get into it.
I don't.
So
yeah, no. How did you?
Yeah. I know
I
the rabbit hole.
Forgot how they got there.
It's okay. So
it's
the
fine.
rabbit hole keeps going deeper.
That's
so
the best
yeah.
part.
So that is how I got on stage, was with Taint Tickler. And then I started to go from that to Perspectives, and now with Perspectives, it is Jordan, my guitarist, Reen, and Cody are just such genuine, real people that it's so easy to just tell them exactly what I feel and want to work with, and this, that, and the third. With that being said, we all don't have egos, but we all have input. And with that much input in a band, it always kind of, butt heads. That's how we always are.
Right.
In any band, if you can't
always have ups and downs.
Yeah, if you can't butt heads with your brothers, then are they really your brothers?
Right. That's just how family. It's just like family. Like we fight, but we still love each other. It's like we just have moods. We gotta respect how we're feeling in the moment.
Yes. So this week was a little hard with Rini because he's stressed about everything because COVID just kind of screwed over his wedding. He's still having it, but it's completely flipped. And now
I never even thought about that. Oh my gosh, that's got to be. Did he have to like cut his guest list, or like is he at the like?
I don't know all of the details on that. I just
I'll
know
talk
that
to him
he's
at
been
another
stressed.
time. But
he's
oh
been
my
very,
gosh,
very stressed about it.
That sounds stressful.
I've been stressed with what I was going on.
Right.
What was going on with me, and because we're such similar people, we just went at each other, and it was like gonna get really bad.
Right.
To the point where he came and he was like, he hugs me and he goes, "We're gonna hash this shit out and it's gonna get ugly." And I was like, "Oh fuck, I don't like aggression, so I get scared, I get nervous." You wouldn't think that about me, but I do. I ran upstairs and I sat upstairs because I didn't want to fight. I didn't want to argue.
Right.
I just wanted to practice because it's therapy. Right. So he came outside and I can feel the tension. I can feel the tension from myself. Jordan is already out there talking to me about what's going on with me. He's talking to Jordan, or talking to Reen about what's going on with him. And we mediated everything, and we talked about it, we hugged it out, and we smoked it out, and everything went back to normal. And like that's honestly what has kept me in this band and alive for so long, is because just this whole new perspective on life is like, I love everything. I love all of my friends. I love all of my bands. I support everybody as much as I can. And if I don't see you smiling, then I'm going to slash the smile. And again,
I love that.
That is a catchphrase, but it's also a mentality.
Right.
When I wrote that song, I was going through a tough time with my relationship, but I was also going through depression with my mom, and we were also going through Flatline at that time too. So the week of doing Flatline, me and Jordan were crying, fighting with each other to write that song because of the emotions that went into it. So we went into a void. We literally just went into a dark place and couldn't get out, both of us. So that's what home is about. So everything kind of just created itself organically as it went on, but it was all based on pain. So with Smile, it was the start of it all because it's all about this depression, this darkness that's in your head. And if you can't get out of it, then you aren't going to be able to survive. So then I started to manifest smiles on everything. Whether it was on myself, whether it was on her, whether it was on the friends that I saw, it was that I was telling them, this is my message, and I think you'll get it. And
Yeah.
everybody was just like, holy shit, dude. You just amped me up with just telling me the lyrics. And I was like, wow, this might have something then. And
That's awesome.
yeah, man.
I love that. Now, who was your biggest inspiration when you were getting into screaming? Like, who did you look up to, and like, because for me, like,
Yeah, I want to know you first.
that's tough. I wish I had Sam Carter's highs from
Okay.
Architects,
Very nice.
but Phil Bozeman's lows.
Yes.
Oh my god, I feel like
Philly.
that's
Philly boy.
I just like, especially like old Whitechapel,
Dude,
too. Like,
so-
I love that just gnarly guttural
it's
toilet
funny
bowl
you say
sound.
that
I love
because,
it.
When computers like were boxy still,
Boxy, the boxy
the
computers.
cube boxes.
The cube.
I was listening to Whitechapel, Vicer Exerciser, and
One of my
Fairy
favorites.
Faye. I love both of those songs deeply. They're fucked up. They're disgusting.
Oh,
but
dude,
God,
they're so gnarly.
Um,
So gnarly.
And yeah, we're not gonna get into the censorship just yet because we're gonna go with Phil Bozeman for now.
Yeah.
My mom used to sit there and watch me scream at the screen with Phil to learn how to do the highs and lows because I absolutely loved Whitechapel for that because it wasn't a thing. Suicide Silence too. Mitch, that high.
Mitch was, oh my god.
But then to go farther on Mitch, it wasn't just about the music. It was the fact that he was a genuine, beautiful soul.
Yeah.
He just loved every bit of the scene and supported any of his friends that were coming in with deathcore. It wasn't about judgment. It was just about, yo, bring it. Let's see what you got. Let's see how far you can fucking push it. And that's where I go with is Suicide Silence and freaking Phil Bozeman. But to say that Corey Taylor isn't literally
I listen to Slipknot every
the
single day.
embodiment of myself.
I could totally see that, dude.
Chester Bennington is another one.
Huge
his
one.
singing. So his, as much as the song In the End, as much as it's an overplayed song, that song is still deep and always as real as it can always be.
It's
For the simple fact that they just made such a great art piece. That song and Stained, to my mother, to my father, and your son, it's your fuck. That song by Stained. I sang both those songs religiously, loud as hell, out in Spencerport because there was nothing to do out in Spencerport. I would actually go out to an abandoned part of the city, and I would sing those at the top of my lungs so nobody would hear me, and I would be able to get out of my head and actually project the way that I wanted to without waking my mom.
Right.
Because I'm such a night owl that I'm up.
Right.
All fucking night.
I feel so bad for my girlfriend because she's in bed by like 10. It's like,
Oh my
I want to
God,
stay up
yeah,
to like
no.
2 playing
Yeah.
Rocket League
2,
and wake up at
3,
8 for
4,
like
depending
for
on the weekend.
work. It's but yeah, no, definitely.
Um,
Dude, how do you so for screaming,
Yes.
how long did it take you? Because I definitely, when talking to people about screaming, for people that are looking into
Mhm.
getting into screaming and don't know how to go about it, I feel like when I first started, it's very it's tough because
It's
it's like
rough. It's raw.
it hurt.
It hurts a bit.
Yeah,
But the
because
thing
you're
is
trying to
that it's
figure it
not
out.
supposed to.
Yeah, you gotta. It's
So
just
when it does hurt,
learning.
stop. I've done it already a few times when I was a kid. I would scream so hard that I would literally just kind of take away my voice. And,
Yeah, I've done that
But the
before.
thing is that you also need to find your peak.
Yeah, you need to find
So
the
it's
balance too.
Exactly. It's a balancing act of like, don't fuck it up, but let's see how far you can push it. My biggest thing is that if you're gonna do vocals, don't just do vocals. Read a song, find a song that you love, and try to emulate it.
Yeah, learn it. Try to
and figure out how they
yeah.
do that. Lamb of God is one that like now you've got something to die for, or Ashes of
That's
the
a
Wake.
fun
That
one to
whole
scream
album,
in the car.
an amazing album, but that song just in general, for like, dude, what are you? Holy
Right.
shit, man! But then you go into what he's actually saying, and you can articulate what he's saying. That's what I want. I want you to be able to understand what I'm saying, but also feel the visceralness of what I'm doing.
How long did that take you to get that? Because I know
the high has always been with me since
Right.
Broken Mind Spoken. Like, so with that Taint Tickler story, I then grew into being a part of that band. And I was the roadie as well, but I was also the manager, and I was also the promoter, and I was also so I was different parts of the band that weren't really being pushed as much as they should have. Haha, push. That was one of their songs.
I remember one of the songs was called Cheetos.
Yep.
I remember that.
That was my mom's favorite song. Cheetos, Cheetos, where the fuck are my motherfucking Cheetos?
That's the one that I remember.
Yeah. So we used to bring Cheetos for every single time that played. I love that song. I do miss a lot of what that band was. They did have a family aspect of them. They had a very loving and caring, and they still are. They've evolved so much as people. TJ got married. Mark got married. Mark has kids now. Tim has kids now. Eddie is with his girlfriend and happy. And everybody's kind of gone into different projects or different portions of their life. But yeah, to how I got to doing screams and stuff, or like how long, I would just listen to music constantly on the computer, like I said, and it would just be me sitting in front of the screen with lyrics in front of me.
Did you start with like the whisper screaming sound first, or did you go more straight into it? Because I know like a lot of kids just started with the whisper screaming.
It
I
kind of
definitely
started
did.
with the Cradle of Filth is the one that caught me. I could hit that high that Danny can hit, that, and I can't hit it anymore. It's too fucking high, or I don't know how to do it with my throat anymore. But yeah, he really was something else, and I just can't pull that off anymore. But that's where I like started to see where I was like, okay, I can do that. Oh shit, I can sing too. But I never wanted to sing in front of anybody until my mom.
Yeah.
And my mom told me that I had a really nice voice, and I always sang in front of her, but I never did anything about it. And then when we started to write Flatline, Jordan and the producer were like, well, why don't you do this part this way? And it started to kind of come out as Frank Sinatra. Flatline, I only wish there was more time with you. Flatline.
That would have been interesting.
So we did that in the studio. Dirty Barn is what it was called. And we literally went to this dude's house, and he treated us like royalty. He fucking put our feet up on he put our feet up on stirrups and stuff, and like got us food and just gave us a bunch of smoke, and like just tried to make us feel at
comfortable.
Home. It
like
was amazing.
Yeah.
It was, but we were like still perceptions at that time. We weren't we only had potential at that point. We didn't have the production value that we have with Todd. So it was just a rough copy of what we had. And he was still like, dude, I feel it. And at one point he said, I want you to close your eyes, and I want you to sing from like thinking of the spirits that are in that room, is what he said. And I started to think of my mom and my grandpa and my uncle and just this thing
And
came
you
out.
put like emotion and
And I
like I
was
love
like,
that. That's so cool.
whoa, what the hell was that? And then it started to become a daily routine at the house. I would just sing the way that I sing it now, um, loud as hell at the house because nobody was there. And it just had this beautiful echo. And now I'm starting to do that at the new house with the newer stuff, which I'm excited about.
I'm so excited.
I'm not going to talk about a lot of that, but oh my God.
Dude, I can't believe it's almost been an hour.
Yeah, dude.
Dude, we're we're coming up on 50 minutes.
No shit.
So I know I hate to take away from all that
Oh,
we've
you're good.
talked about, but I know there's been people that had
Yeah,
a few
bring it
questions.
on,
So
man.
I want to like the last.
I know that we both went into rabbit holes. And,
No, that's what I
absolutely
wanted
love
this
the
about. That's why I
conversation.
love
I really
this.
do.
I
I
think
think that this is very open ended and can keep going and going because it's not structured. It's
Right.
not okay. Let
That's
me ask you this.
I didn't want to
Let me
have a
ask you
structure
this.
to
Let
it.
me ask you this. I love it. Another podcast that people definitely need to check out is Noise Dosage Media. That's John Lambert. If you guys need pictures, if you need video, if you need artwork, if you need animation, that boy loves this scene and has been helping us. Those new pictures that you saw with the mask and everything,
Dude, that was so sick.
he
by
took
the
those during a protest. So the protest was going on during our show at the Unquarantined show.
Oh yeah, no, I remember that.
Yeah, so as we're sitting there, that place isn't that far from the montage. So we're sitting there and all of a sudden we just hear Black Lives Matter. And I'm like, I'm wearing this mask. And there's going to be a bunch of cops coming by and a bunch of black people coming by me. And they're going to see this scary ass white dude in a mask. And it's not about race. It was just about the imagery
Right.
of like, I'm going to die. I'm going to die, dude. We need to take these pictures like now. But it was the energy and the emotion that was captured in that whole area and aspect of it that it was just like, John was like, yo, we need to go in the protest and like take pictures while you're wearing the mask. And I'm like, no. I love that kid to death. He is crazy as hell. And he will get right in the pit and take pictures. And yeah. So yeah, Noise Dosage Media. I definitely had to plug him a bit.
No, absolutely. And then definitely after
Let me see these questions that people
ask these questions that people wanted to know, I'll definitely have you do plugs for anything that you would like to do.
Awesome, man.
So,
I'm a plug machine, you know that, man. I don't even mean to do it. It just
no,
happens
it's
at
great.
this
I
point.
love it. So I saw
Hashtag white tights.
I saw this question. I was intrigued by it.
Okay.
What band in Rochester has been an influence to you and your music, and why? I like fuck. That's a good. That might take up 10 minutes, so you're gonna have to
deep.
come back on.
It's deep. Like I said, man, the local scene has always been a part of me. Hate Machine and Omni Blank are Jed's band, Jed Seaver.
Mm-hmm.
Just raw, real emotion, and he just had this way with the crowd that was so loving, but like you're called Hate Machine, and it was such a amazing vibe that he brought upon. And then you got Into the Harbor, who I watched grow up into what they are now. And
Oh
it's
my
just,
gosh, it's
holy
crazy.
Shit.
I remember playing with Into the Harbor with like Apparatus. We played quite a few shows with them. I love those guys. They're fantastic live. And it's crazy to see how much they have grown.
That new album, EP, whatever the hell it is just a masterpiece.
It's gnarly.
Glorious.
I love it. I love it so much.
But to say which one really pushed me, I'm gonna go new and I'm gonna go old.
Okay.
The reason why I push White Tide so much is because they have been a band since they were like Cole, at least 15, was playing bass and he was just screaming his head off. It was a 3-piece when I saw them first. I booked them the first show, and I just watched this evolution and this growth, and then how they are as like members of a family is just so crushing. It's just amazing to see. It's like, holy shit, dude, like the passion that they put into it, and then that project that they just put out, it hits hard. Deadbeat's another one. I don't want to keep plugging everybody, but I love it, man. I love
so
it.
Many people.
Anyway, but yeah, White Tides, honestly, and it's not a favoritism thing. It's just that they push so goddamn hard. And another one that's been pushing and or was pushing before COVID is you guys. Honestly, the promotions that you were doing for Montage, the one where you were like all hiding Andrew behind each other, brilliant,
jumping up.
dude. It was brilliant. It was so stupid, but it was so awesome because you were being animated, man. You gave people a reason.
I love that. That was
it was
so much
awesome.
fun. You inspired me to do that.
Really?
I was like, Gerry does this so fucking well. I don't know if I could top this.
Oh man,
but I want to make one. This looks like fun. So I did it.
That's why I do it, because
it's fun.
As a promoter, I don't
fun.
just try to promote bands. I try to promote bands to be better bands, to promote themselves, their product, and who they are. Not just about, here's my product. Okay, what about your product, though?
Right.
People don't know.
Right.
Nobody in this world is going to look at a video and go, all right, I'm going to press play. They need to have incentive. And that's why the Slash a Smile thing works, because it's like, hey, what is this intriguing thought
Dude,
process?
I saw that the other day where somebody literally commented. It's like, I see you post this all the time. What is it?
Yeah.
And I was like, that is awesome. I love that. Like, oh, it's such a cool feeling.
It's positivity through aggression. If you, even though we're pissed off, we always smile. But so older band, Sativa. Jason Ferguson was one of the most like inspiring and beautiful people on stage. Still fucking awesome human being right now, but as a performer, just the family aspect of it. I love your fucking faces. I want to touch your face. Like, it was so awesome, dude. It was like, yeah, man, and it just had this reggae, like, bouncy feel to it. If you haven't listened to Sativa, they're on Spotify still. It's good music. It's beautiful, like hard hitting, but like that's a history. That's definitely a piece of history in Rochester. They definitely taught me a lot. Gutted Alive is another one that they push hard body. But yeah, Jed Seaver honestly is the one that gravitated, and didn't even mean to, because like my cousin played Omni Blank when I was 14, 16 maybe, and I didn't know who they were. I just loved it.
You just like the music in general.
And then Hate Machine, I listened to them, and I'm like, hell yeah. And then I started working at the Montage, and then I met Jed. And then I found out that Jed was the vocalist of Hate Machine and Omni Blank, and I was like, you're promoting shows and shit? This is amazing. This is what I want, man. This is what the scene is all about. And yeah, so he's definitely a big influence on me.
That's awesome. Now, what type of influences has your roots? I'm assuming, like,
yeah, I was wondering what the roots were. I didn't know if it was my hair.
Right? Is it the roots of your hair? I think they're referring to like your musical roots, like what you grew up listening to has affected your band. Like what? That's an interesting question. I was trying to break it down in my head. I was like, I think this is what. But
it's a good question.
Yeah, no, I do like the question.
Slipknot, OTEP.
I was about to say Slipknot.
Mudvayne,
we talked about that earlier.
Linkin Park, Limp Bizkit. Then you can go Tupac, Biggie, NWA, Naughty by Nature, the Fugees. Then you can go Phantom of the Opera. You can go Fiddler on the Roof. You can go, like I said, Juice WRLD. The problem is that I listen to so much now that I still listen to back then that I get so mixed up with what but yeah, Slipknot and Linkin Park were big influences on me, my roots. Tupac and Biggie were very, very big on their ability to rap and talk about issues at the same time. Eminem is another one that pushes the boundaries of everything. Like, hey, I said this, but if you read into this, guess what? I didn't actually say that.
Right.
On one of his songs, he goes, I'm ready for combat, man. Get it? Combat, man. Or no, I'm ready to Bruce Wayne a volume. I'm ready for combat, man. Get it? Combat, man. So, like, Bruce Wayne a volume. Get it? Combat, man. I was like, whoa, dude. Like, how did you figure that shit out. And that is what I love about
Dude, his
artists,
wordplay is
honestly.
so
Yes.
cool.
And wordplay is a huge thing with me, man. Like, you can read my lyrics and think all you different things about everything, like a different message or thought process of it. Um, like I said with Smile, it can be interpreted with a relationship, or it can be interpreted as depression, or it can be interpreted as just the world that we live in and trying to get through it. Life's a bitch. It's not a slut.
Right.
It's far from fucking easy.
Oh,
I mean, what are we
like,
living right now besides
right, dude.
life? But yeah, I went down into my friend's basement and he had Slipknot, and I turned on Slipknot, the self-titled Slipknot album,
Oh, such a
and it
good
just
album.
started, and I went, "What the fuck is this?" And I've never gone back. It's I spray painted the star on my fucking school, and that's how I messed up my education, was because I was a goth kid who saw a wall during school, and they were like, here's some spray paint this post for your art project. And I went, ooh, wall, Slipknot star. And they were like, he's satanic, it was like, no, dude, I just love music and I'm an idiot. I'm just but
If that doesn't describe me perfectly, I just love music and
Yeah.
I'm an idiot.
Yeah, dude. I mean, being an idiot is fun,
Yeah.
man. I mean, to an extent. Don't be an asshole idiot.
Yeah.
But if you can be an idiot and just have fun with life, you can't be wrong, man. And I mean, I guess you can with this world that we're living in now. Everything can be wrong. But yeah, like, honestly, the whole positive vibes thing is all about that. It's just like, life is too damn short for anything. Life's too short to be positive. Or life's too short to be negative. I'm positive. Like,
life's too short to be positive.
life's
Be
too short to be
sad.
positive. Fuck that shit. But no, life's too short to be negative. I'm
Yeah.
positive. Like, that is literally the embodiment of what's going on right now. It's like,
Yeah.
shit, the world is going crazy. Fuck that. I'm smiling, man.
Right.
Never mind. Like, even if they break down the walls, I'm hoping, if ever it happens, you're gonna hear me at least say slash a smile. I've already thought about it. I don't know why.
Well, man, I think this was a fantastic first podcast.
Absolutely amazing,
I'm actually really happy how
Me
this
too,
went.
dude.
I was a little nervous coming into it, but I went no structure. I was like, I think
It's
I'm
very
just gonna.
raw and real, and
That's
I
what I wanted to
appreciate it,
make.
man. I do.
Now I'm gonna take your time to do any plugs that you would like for this,
God.
because I
All right.
know here comes your promoter.
Yeah, hold on.
What are your plugs that you
Hold
want to do?
Hey there, boys and girls. It's G Motion, causing all commotion for your underground promotion, and I'm here to tell you all about all these wonderful bands that we have in this scene. You need to support no matter what. There's so much art and life in this city that you don't understand or know about just yet, because you haven't come out to a show, because you're expecting the past, but this is the future. So come and support White Tides, Keep From Sight, Into the Harbor, Soma Slumber, Transcendence, Deadbeat, Dead Awake, Left to Suffer, Hollow Front, Token, NF, Hobson. The list goes on, man.
Just keeps going
LS
on.
Dream, Alice in Wonderland is another one. I recently just got into freaking Excision.
Excision is
I did not know that I
fantastic.
loved that type of music until I saw it live, and I was like, this is a world I'm going to explore. And then it
Excision is
stopped,
great.
and I was like, wait a second, no. But yeah, the message stands, man. Everybody support everybody. Everybody love everybody. Divine Fallacy, Crown Trop, Aggressive Betty. The list can keep going. But what I'm going to leave it off as is that if you haven't already, please listen to Perspectives New York Home. It's on all platforms: Apple Music, Spotify, iHeartRadio. It's all about dealing with depression. It's all about dealing with real life circumstances, losing your mind to stay sane. If you lose a loved one, make sure that your life and their life live on after flatline. And if somebody doesn't like what we're doing, bring your hate. We will retaliate with positivity, always.
Thank you so much, man. I think that's a beautiful message.
Thanks,
And
man.
if anybody else would like to come on here, just send me a
Yes,
quick email.
dude. It was
And
the most chillest circumstances of my life. You definitely got to come and do this. It was wonderful.
thank you so much. The email is going to be music to us, and two is going to be the number 2 pod@gmail.com.
Hell yeah.
So if you guys would like to be on, also follow us on Instagram or follow myself on Instagram at music to us pod at Instagram. I'm working on getting other things set up, but
Hell
this is
yeah.
brand new.
Absolutely love it.
So I'm your host, Jacob, and this was the first episode with Gerry
Yeah,
from
buddy.
Perspectives.
Love you guys.
And we're out.